What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a wonderful day today, as today we're going to be doing a fantasy draft rebuild. As you can see, I randomly selected a team which happened to be the Jazz, and we have the 20th overall pick. With the 20th overall pick, I think we will be taking I think we will be taking De'Aaron Fox. He's a pretty good player. He's a pretty good point guard. He has some potential to improve a lot, so should be good. And with our second overall pick, I think we need to pair him up with a big, and who better than Mr. Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps is a beast on the court. He's been killing it for the Celtics lately. Why not pair him up? I know he has some big potential to do some great things. And with our third overall pick, I think Michael Porter Jr. would be a great fit. As we'll need a shooting guard and a power forward now, but we got three pretty good players so far, so I am pretty happy. With our fourth overall pick, I think we will be taking I think Jeremy Grant would fit in good, slide into the 4. I think it'll be a good draft pick, some potential there. And with our fifth overall pick to round out the lineup, I think we could go Marcus Smart, plug him in at the 2 just like he's always played. You know, it'll be a good situation for us. Then for some depth, I would say we need a pretty good backup shooting guard / small forward, so I think Buddy Hield's pretty good. Pretty good pick right there. We will be making trades to try and improve the roster as soon as this draft is over. And I think with our next pick, we will be taking Jonathan Isaac. He can play the 3 and the 4 and the 5 a little bit, so it's a pretty good pick to get some depth. I think a backup point guard would be great for us here. Duncan Robinson's cool, but he can't really play point. I would say Kevin Porter Jr., I guess, is a decent pick. Not great, but you know, we're working with what we got. Then with our next pick, I would like to get a center, and I think that Brandon Clark is by far the best option available left. So that is a pretty good pick. Maybe we could get a small forward here. Maybe a little Caleb Martin, change him to small forward. I think that would be good for us. And with our next pick, we could get pretty much best player available, I would say. Larry Nance Jr. at center is not what I would consider, but I've always liked D Rose. He's a great player. Let's pick up D Rose. Then maybe if Cody Martin is still available, we could pick him up as well. Bring back the brothers, reunite them. Now we need one more big, I think, and our roster would be pretty much set. Gallinari's decent. I would take Daniel Tice. A lot of former Celtics on our roster, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, as the Celtics have been very successful lately. And why not end up with Maxi Kleber? I'm pretty happy with our roster. I think we got a lot of potential, a lot of good players that could do something. I think we could be a playoff team for sure. We'll have to move Marcus to 2. So, I mean, as you can see, our roster is pretty well constructed. I would say our power forward position is kind of weak, which is alright, I guess. Caleb and Cody will be sitting on the bench. I'll run a 10-man rotation, try and get them involved. maybe 11. That will be better for us anyways, give him more rest. I would say we kind of do need a better shooting guard, in my opinion, and maybe even power forward. We'll see. I'll see you guys at the trade deadline, and we'll definitely be making some trades. We're here at the trade deadline as we are 26 and 27, and I feel like, to be fair, this team's alright, but it's not performing great, but I will let them ride for this season alone. Then next season, I will be making trades if we don't win this year, which is not looking likely. So next year, I'll be making a lot of trades, rebuilding this team back up, and we will be winning a chip. And we're back at the end of the season as Jokic has won MVP, Wemby's your Rookie of the Year, Six-Man Westbrook, DPOY goes to Wemby. Pretty good year. As we did not have anyone make an All-NBA team, nor a defense team, nor a rookie team. Which is alright. We are the 10th seed as we went 42 and 40. We could maybe win. We're going to be playing Steph, Alex Caruso, Jaime Jaquez, Julius Randle, and JaMychal Green. Hopefully, Mr. Kristaps will eat against JaMychal Green because that is a pretty good matchup for him, as we are in a pretty close battle right now, but we do take game 1. That is a great sign, and now we will be facing the Clippers, who have Dame, Zion, Jonas Valanciunas, and Rui Hachimura. We could maybe win this. This is a lot tougher than the first game, but we are taking a lead early at least, and we are going to run away with it. So we have made the playoffs as an 8 seed against the Warriors. Now the Warriors have Devin Booker, Dante DiVincenzo, RJ Barrett, Cat, and Paul Reed. A pretty damn good roster if you ask me. I think we could compete though. I think we have a pretty good roster too. We just need to perform better, as it is looking not the best in game 1, which is alright. That's alright. I will be simming it for a few more games. Game 2 they take. Game 3 we take. Game 4 we take. Game 5 is Golden State's, but we will hop in, sim it, see if we could take it at home, make it a Game 7. As it's not looking likely at all, as we have gotten blown out, which is alright, but not the best way to start, I guess. It's alright, I guess. Giannis is your finals MVP, as we could go straight to the NBA draft. We're not going to have a high pick. And with our pick, 30th overall, we will select, I guess, Adam O'Brien out of Wheeling Jesuit University. Ton of NBA players coming out of there all the time. They're just an absolute powerhouse, as you guys know. We will be looking to sign someone, maybe. Probably not, because we don't have any cap, but that's okay. Player progression, we have pretty much stayed the same. A few players went down, a few overalls, which is alright. But nothing crazy happened, as we will be making some trades on this roster now. As our first trade, we'll be trading Jonathan Isaac and Marcus Smart and a first round pick to the Suns for DeAndre Hunter and Yusuf Nurkic. I will be making Yusuf a power forward? I guess not. Never mind, I will not be making him a power forward, but DeAndre Hunter will be our small forward. Our next trade will be trading DeAndre Hunter and Kevin Porter and a first round pick for Trey Jones and Jonathan Kuminga. as we will be switching Kuminga to a small forward, which will increase him by a ton. And I think we will be trading Michael Porter Jr. now. And our next trade will be for Chris Middleton and Miles Turner, turning Michael Porter Jr. and Yusuf Nurkic into these two. Feel like that's a good little swap there, as now we could probably throw in a first round pick with one of them and get some more. As our next trade will be trading for Pascal Siakam and Andrew Wiggins, which will be improving us once again, as that gives us De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, Jonathan Kuminga, Pascal Siakam, and Kristaps. It's a pretty good roster, but a few more trades will be coming up. As our next trade will be Andrew Wiggins and Miles Turner for Darius Garland and Sam Hauser. Our next trade will be trading Darius Garland and 2 firsts for John Collins and Jamal Murray, as I think we will put Jamal at the 2, and that should help out our roster. I think that gives us a pretty damn good starting 5, as it would be De'Aaron Fox, Jamal Murray, Jonathan Kuminga, Pascal, and Kristaps, with John Collins, Trey Jones off the bench. We will be making some trades to make our bench a little bit better, I believe. And finally, we will be trading Trey Jones, Brandon Clark, and a first for Jeremy Grant and Terry Rozier. Jeremy rejoining the team once again. And that gives us a good small forward, a good power forward. We do need a center, and we do need a backup shooting guard too. And finally, we will be trading Buddy Hield, Sam Hauser, and our first round pick for PJ Washington and Malcolm Brogdon. This will complete our roster, as we will most likely put, we'll put John Collins at center, and then we'll have this be our roster: De'Aaron Fox, Jamal Murray, Jonathan Kuminga, Pascal Kristaps as our starting 5. John Collins, Jeremy Grant, Terry Rozier, Malcolm Brogdon, and PJ Washington will be our bench, as long as Cody Martin is our last man. I'll see you guys at the trade deadline. If we need to, we will make some more trades. I don't know if we will, though. And we're back at the trade deadline, as currently we are 26-27, which is not a very good start, is not what I want to see right now. And I guess we will have to make some trades. We're going to have to make some sacrifices, as something's been going wrong. I guess it would be our offense is just mid and our defense is really bad. So it's just not working out, I guess, roster construction wise. Let me check. We're in a balanced system. It's not that. It's just the players. Need to switch out the players. Just not working out well. De'Aaron Fox, Jamal Murray, Kristaps, Pascal. Everyone just wants to rock and no one wants to defend. So we will have to make some sacrifices. Our next trade will be PJ Washington and Jonathan Kuminga for Scotty Barnes and Isaiah Roby. I will be switching Scotty to 3, and his overall will go up to 90, which is a great sign. And our next trade, I think, will be Pascal. Our next trade will be for LaMelo Ball and Jalen Johnson for Pascal, John Collins, and a first round pick. And LaMelo, if I put him to small forward, will go up an overall too. Our next trade will be Jamal Murray and Jeremy Grant and Caleb Martin for Trae Young and Mark Williams. Our next trade will be for Jalen Durant, as we will be moving on from Mark Williams and Malcolm Brogdon. And finally, we got Rudy Gobert to finish out our lineup. I will be moving, I guess, Jalen Duran to the 4. And then this will be our lineup. We'll have Trae Young, De'Aaron Fox, Scotty Barnes, Jalen Duran, Kristaps, LaMelo Ball off the bench, Rudy Gobert, Terry Rozier, then Xavier Tillman, and Caleb Martin. If this doesn't work, I don't know what will. I feel like this roster is absolutely stacked. It should be fun. We will see. And we're back at the end of the season as Ja won MVP. We did improve a ton since then. We did definitely make the playoffs as we won 46 games. We were like 47 or 46 and 36, I believe. And it was a pretty good year. I don't think anyone made any teams, but we are the 6th seed. 47 and 35, decent little record. 6th seed be playing OKC, who has Jalen Suggs, Keldon Johnson, Giannis, and Daniel Gafford. That's a pretty good lineup, but once again, we are stacked, so we will have to see. OKC takes game 1, they take game 2, and they take game 3. Hopefully, we can have a little comeback here. All starts with one game as we are in a very close game. I won't hop in though as we lose. There's going to have to be some big changes during the offseason. I will be acquiring a star player no matter what. As we were able to sign Kyrie Irving, thankfully, which is a good sign. Hopefully we can get Mr. Scotty Barnes back. Actually, no, never mind. I think that's all we really need, to be honest. We just got Kyrie, which is a good trade asset during the season, as LaMelo went up, Scotty Barnes went up, so we got to keep him. We got De'Aaron Fox, Kyrie. I don't know what else can go wrong this season. We'll have to see. The next trade we will be making is Jalen Duran for Jaren Jackson Jr. And we'll be putting Jaren at the 4, where he normally plays, and I think this should make our roster so much better. We will be running a 10-man rotation. We do need another power forward. I guess we could trade for someone. I'm not sure who yet, but as our backup power forward for the 3rd time will be Jeremy Grant. And that should complete our roster. I believe we will have a dominant season this year. As I gotta switch from the small forward or power forward first, but that's alright. There we go. So I think we should be set. I don't think there's any way we don't win the chip this year. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. And we're back at the end of the season as Ja won MVP and LaMelo Ball was the 6th man of the year. Victor DPOY, Victor most clutch player of the year. We ended up 49 and 33. We had a pretty good season. You know, I think are we serious? Wow. As the West was absolutely stacked, as we are the 8th seed right now in the play-in, even though we were basically 2 games away from the 1st seed. That's crazy. Very competitive in the Western Conference this year, as Shea is a 99, which is pretty wild to say, but our roster is absolutely stacked. I don't think we should have any troubles. Hopefully not. As of course we are struggling, but that's okay as we're struggling. Yep, and we lost. And we lost again, of course. Why not win 50 games basically, be in the play-in and lose 2 games in a row and be out? Just my luck.